So, first things first, let's talk about this patch. This is patch 0.22.4. What we've got here is a relatively minor patch, but it looks like it's got some nerfs and buffs to some characters. It's mostly just a character balance change. Hello, my friends, Aesop here with patch 0.22.4. It's just a small patch with some slight adjustments, only the last digit change. That's how you know it's a minor patch. The changes will go through with a server maintenance on December 29th at 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. PST. It's been 1 week since the ranked matches began. We mainly tweaked characters and items that showed some really noticeable outliers, especially on characters who had good numbers but a subpar pick rate. First things first, Nadine, her Q no longer disappears randomly, which is a really annoying glitch that also would happen with Kiara. Dylan. Ooh, okay. So Dylan W no longer reduces spell damage. It's now strictly just something that you use to dodge auto attacks with. That's actually a really significant nerf. Like, we've been asking for significant Dylan nerfs for a while. That's actually pretty significant. Like, that's pretty big. So she's no longer gaining any sort of advantage against spellcasters by drinking, which is pretty good for us. For us spellcasters, for pretty much everyone, like a Dylan nerf is appreciated no matter what. Magnus R, his ultimate. Now, when you click a lootable object while using the skill, such as a corpse, stone, or item, the bike doesn't explode. That was an annoying glitch. Explosion effects are now properly displayed. Shukai. We've wait a minute. Yes! 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 Shukai! The power of his R is being shifted to his other skills. His R is being reduced damage per fire throw, going from 50 to 30 at the first rank, and at max rank, it's going from 150 to 130. This is a more significant early game nerf than anything. Going from 50 to only 30 at rank 1 is a huge, like, that's a huge nerf. That's going from, how is this 6 waves? So it'd be 300 damage down to like 180 damage base. That's a huge nerf. Also, his W to compensate is getting a slightly higher ratio, going from 40% to 50%, and his E, walk it off. The max HP ratio is increasing from, instead of scaling up to 3.5 from 1.5, it's just starting at 3.5. And also, the max HP damage ratio dealt to an immobilized enemy is just also going to be starting at 7% instead of going to 7%. So basically, his E no longer gives a shit about what rank it is in terms of applying that max HP ratio. It's just always that same amount. Shuichi, HP per level going from 78 down to 75, and his defense is going from 2.2 per level down to 2. His R is also getting a cooldown nerf, meaning it's going to have a longer cooldown at early ranks, going from 100 up to 110 seconds, but his ultimate is staying the same cooldown at max rank. This isn't much of a Shukai nerf at mid-late game. That's true, but it's nerfing his early game, which, hey, I'm down to nerf Shukai's early game. I don't think this really buffs his late game though. Like, this change to his attack power ratio is not going to really change that much of his power. Like, this isn't going to suddenly make his W do a ton of damage. And he scales his E pretty early anyways, so it doesn't really matter. It just means he's not going to be instantly deleting anybody at level 6, guaranteed 100% of the chance, 100% of the time, which is a great change. Like, I'm all here for that, please. Personally, I didn't want to really nerf Shukai, just wanted to make him less of an ult bot. Yeah, I mean, that's what we've been saying this whole time. Shift the power away from his ultimate. I think I've said like those exact words in patch notes discussions previously. Like, just tone down the ultimate, shift it away. That being said, we have a Ciscella change. I haven't read it yet, but I already know it's gonna be a nerf. Agony, her passive, the extra damage has changed from normal attack damage to extra skill damage? What? Does that mean it can't crit anymore? Aesop? Does this mean it can't crit anymore? Oh, so we're just gonna gutter? Alright, so extra damage dealt is normal attack damage plus 18 with a 20% AP scaling plus 10 per Ciscella's level. Critical damage is applied to total damage. Extra skill damage. Critical damage is only applied on normal attacks. And skillification is still applied as normal. This is so confusing. It's not a nice nerf, no. So is this just a straight nerf? Like, am I reading this wrong? Can you explain ASAP? Spell Amp works on the passive now. Does it? If it's extra skill damage, does that mean that Spell Amp works on it, or it just means that it's tacked on as spell damage? So it's just, it is reduced by Banneret and Amazoness, but you can't actually increase it with Amp. Is that how it's working? This is a really confusing change. Flat Amp increases it. I don't think adding Flat Amp is a buff. Like, Ciscella losing passive crits just guts her as a character. That's the only thing she has going for her right now. Okay, well, my first early impression is that this is going to absolutely destroy Ciscella as a character, so we'll see. If you're going to nerf the shit out of Ciscella this way, like, you gotta do something to compensate. She's already struggling. Alright, whatever. Sylvia. Dual mode, she's dealing 4% less damage, going from 96 down to 92. Squad, she's going from 92 down to 88%, so dealing a lot less damage in team modes. Yeah, this is definitely targeted at crit Ciscella. Like, they're just gutting crit Ciscella. It just doesn't exist anymore. It also means that I had a day of using Bucephalus and Flowers of Fate, and I'm already back to what I was doing. Amp sucks on her right now. Amp is actually so bad on Ciscella right now. She had like one build that was starting to stand out, and they just instantly fucking gutted it. I don't see how this is a skill amp buff. I really don't, but okay. Amps, this is so bad right now. Anyway, Emma changes. You can use Emma in ranked. Her SP regen is going up. Her passive, the extra damage is also... Okay, so crit Emma is gone too now. Alright. I can't get over this Ciscella change. Like, this is really bothering me. It's actually just ruining my mood right now. So the extra damage from Cheer Up is it changing? What? Oh, no. Yeah, so it's also no longer gonna be... Oh, what the fuck? My game just did that. It's no longer gonna be dealing a crit. You can't crit with Emma anymore. Crit Emma is probably just dead. You have to play her as an amp character now, I assume. For reference, normal attack changes, critical damage is applied to total damage, extra skill damage. Critical damage is only applied on... Yeah, so it's the same thing as Ciscella. Emma and the Dove now change places when rooting an enemy. Okay. What? What does this mean? Is this the root duration? Wait, Riot Games were enforcing the meta now? Dude, yeah. I really... I don't know. I'm bothered by this. Oh, I didn't even notice there's an Aya change. Aya, her W is getting her cooldown reduced. At max rank, going from 14 down to 12 seconds, but rank 1 is still the same. Keep in mind, you generally do max Aya W anyways, so this is just an Aya buff right here. But the attack power ratio is also going up as well. Yeah, this is just a straight Aya buff. This is just an Aya buff. Alright. Okay. Sure. Why are we buffing Aya? I don't get why we're buffing Aya. But okay. This has been one of the most confusing patch notes I've ever read, guys. I just want to say that. Dual Swords Yuki is going to be going up to 109% damage dealt. Dual Swords Yuki is going to go up to 101 from 97, and Squad is going up to 101 from 97 as well. Let's see, Kiara. She's getting less base movement speed. Thank God. That needed to happen. Kiara now displays properly after using Last Judgment R. No longer occasionally disappears. Fiora, more attack power per level, going from 2.8 to 3.2. It's a pretty big buff. It's a pretty big buff. Hedgen, she's going to be dealing more damage. This is all just shuriken changes. Her shuriken numbers are going up. So 108% with shuriken in solo, 100% up from 96% in duo, and 94% up from 90% on squad. Now some weapon changes. Gloves. Divine Fist is getting a buff going from 42 to 46. Purple Haze is getting a buff. Ooh, thank you. Purple Haze is getting a buff going from a 19% up to 21%. They realized that they completely over-nerfed Purple Haze for basically no reason, and it completely killed the weapon. Dagger changes. Karnwennen. This is like the 6th Karnwennen buff in a row. Karnwennen with a huge buff going from 33 attack power up to 37. We have some axe changes. Parashu has a high pick in solo mode. In squad, Harp had a high win rate with high kills. The higher it goes into top tier, the better it does. We are trying to promote skill expression and don't want any particular weapon to dominate as a stat stick, so we will adjust accordingly. Parashu, less movement speed going from 0.2 down to 0.15, and Harp going from 115 down to 105. Bat changes. Spy Umbrella getting a nice buff going from 60 up to 65 attack power. Not a ton, but still relevant. Oh, bro. Okay. This is Nintendo. No, I mean Nimble Neuron. This is sick. Yes. More of this. Nimble Neuron, give us more fucking cool shit on weapons. Give us, I want golden weapons to do cool things. I don't want golden weapons to be like, oh look, it's a lot of attack power. When you build a what is it called? Sudarsana or a Sharinga. You know what those weapons have? They have about 140 attack power, no other stats. They're boring. They're so boring to use. There's nothing unique about them. They just got a big fat attack stat. Give us more cool shit on our legendary weapons. Make them feel legendary. I feel nothing when I equip a Monkey King bar. I feel nothing when I equip a Sharinga. I don't give a damn that I have a Sudarsana, other than the fact that I have a lot of attack power now. And that's boring. Kelt's boring. Compare Kelt to Electron Blaster. Electron Blaster is like 5 lines of good shit. It gives you attack speed, extra normal, attack power, fucking movement speed, attack, like it gives you everything you can want on a pistol. Kelt's like, here's some attack power and some movement speed, and that's, oh, I guess you have a lot of, I guess Kelt's kind of interesting because it has a lot of ammo, but still, give me more cool effects on legendary weapons. That's all I'm asking for. This is cool. I like this. This is a step in the right direction. I like it. Dual Swords changes. Divine Dual Swords is going from 41 attack power up to 44. Shuriken changes. Fuma Shuriken buff, which is to me an Emma buff. Skill Amplification Mastery. Oh, excuse me. Thank God they're buffing the amp mastery on Shuriken. Shurikens are, if you guys didn't know, Shurikens are terrible at the moment. They're one of the worst weapon types in the game. They've completely switched places with Throw. Throw used to be considered complete garbage and have since completely swapped. Throw is great now, and Shurikens suck because they kept buffing throw weapons. People are like, wait a minute, this stuff's got like a ton of attack range, and now it's got like 80 attack power, and all the Shurikens are like, hey, check me out, I have 33 attack power and terrible stats to go with it. The only thing that Shuriken really had going for it was Caltrops, which is amazing. So anyway, I like this. Good change. Spear. Fangshin Huaji nerf going from 37 skill amp down to 34, which, hey, I'm all for Shukai nerfs. Tonfa changes. Tonfa is getting additional extra normal attack damage per mastery, going from 35%, or sorry, no, not 35%, 3.5% per level up to 3.8% per level, which is a nice change. Skill amplification per level is also being buffed from 3% to 3.2. Mysok is getting a small buff from 45 attack power up to 50. Throw changes. Grenade of Antioch, and high explosive grenades recharge time is being lowered from 50 seconds down to 45 seconds. So that's a nice buff. No, it's not your sock, it's my sock. I mean, I'm here for this change. I still don't feel like it's enough. Like, here's the thing. Here's the thing about Antioch. Like, Antioch can't recharge too fast. It does have to have some drawbacks because it's a strictly better David Sling at the moment, and David Sling is oppressively good. So, look, this is a step in the right direction. They can't overbuff this recharge rate or else it's actually just going to be broken. But it's a start. Fail not, getting up to 100 attack power, up from 90. This weapon sucks, so I'm all here for this. The effects of Rain of Arrows are now properly displayed. Wait a second. So Motorcycle Helmet is losing one whole vision range, which is very significant. Revenge of Gojin? Skill amplification? Hello? Going from 15% up to 18%? We are reaching like original spell amp weapon tiers of like amp. Back in the day, back in my day, there used to be every single like spell amp gear had like 20% amp. It was just like, that was just the standard. Drop near like 22. Fucking Commanders was like 20. Or not drop near, sorry, Burgeonet was like 22. Drop near was like 20 or 22. Everything was like 20, right? Everything was like 20. And now everything is like 10. Like they've just slammed that shit down into the dirt. But now we've got Revenge of Gojin kind of showing you what it used to be like. We're going up from 15% up to 18%. This accessory is actually very good, and it's already being used with Hedgen because it works well on a lot of Hedgen routes. So this is an indirect Hedgen buff in my eyes, but in any case, this is an interesting buff. We also have a blank line here, Aesop, question mark? Can I question mark ping this Aesop? What's with the formatting? Anyway, other traps and surveillance cameras. The duration. Ooh. Chat. Can we talk about this? What is the point of traps anymore? What, like, actually, what is the point of traps? Because to me, traps are something you should set up in advance. And when you put a trap down in advance, it's something you can play around and use as a strategic advantage. Placing the traps in combat is, to me, not how you're supposed to use traps. Because that's not what they're, like, it's not a weapon. You're not beating them over the head with the trap. You shouldn't be placing it in combat. So to me, they should be something you prepare, but if you put them down at all in advance right now, they will just disappear before they can hit anybody. These got taken from about 24 seconds, or not 24, 240 second duration originally, down to, or maybe it was more, it was like 3 minutes or something. It was so long. It was so incredibly long. It got cut in half. It got cut in half again, like one patch later, down to 90 seconds. And now it's being stripped from 90 seconds down to 60 seconds. They just don't want traps to exist for any long duration of time at all. They just want them to be combat placed. And I inherently disagree with this. I don't like this change. I really, really don't like this change. If anything, you guys need to like nerf combat placement or something. Like, I really hate this. Surveillance camera changes, going from 180 down to 150 duration. So does that doesn't include telephotos? It's just surveillances that are shorter duration, I guess? I don't know. Trap HP. Wait, hold on. Trap HP target attack power change. Okay, so it's the health of traps. Reference cameras are 8. HP by trap is 6 to 8. Close combat weapons besides dual swords are now going to be dealing 4 damage instead of 3, so they can 2-hit traps. Dual swords are 3. Range combat weapons are 2, so that's staying the same. And assault rifle is 1. So we're just buffing melees. Traps get 2 hit from melees now. One Fiora W can kill an entire camera now. Yeah. So that's cool. You can just auto reset, like with Yuki, kill a camera. Auto reset to kill a trap. But Aya needs to attack. Yeah. No. It's assault rifle fires 3 shots. So it's per burst, it does 3. So yeah, melees have to, or range has to do 4 hits. Melees only have to do 2 now. I don't agree with this change. Should 2 damage per whole hit? No. No, assault rifle is 1 per hit, and you shoot 3 shots. So that's 3 damage per burst. some bug fixes and improvements. You can now see if you're promoted/demoted in the game's results pop-up if you meet the requirements. A notification icon has been added to show promotion/demotion when choosing a mode. She used to do 2 damage per 3 shots? No, she didn't. She did not. The mission play a normal PvP match has been changed to play a normal/rank PvP match, so they can't punish you from... No. Oh, please, can we stop talking about this? No, she never was able to do that. Never. Literally never. Match history will now be ordered corresponding to the system in hours/minutes/seconds, and ping messages are now correctly displayed when you ping characters and wild animals. And that's it. That's it. Do I have guides for builds and stuff new to this and you want to start optimizing? Yeah, I do. You can check my YouTube page. I will link it right now. And that's it, guys. That is it for the patch notes. What did you guys think? I had a lot to say about this. I strongly disagree with a lot of these changes. In fact, these changes in general frustrate the hell out of me. So yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about this going forward. I'm curious what you guys have to say. I'm curious what you guys think. Personally, a lot of these changes just don't sit right with me. And we'll see how things shake out. In any case, thank you for watching, guys. That's going to be it for the patch review.